Breaking news. Europe is burning. Temperatures have pushed past 40 degrees Celsius across Spain, Portugal, and France. The United Kingdom has recorded its hottest June day ever measured. Red alerts have been issued in 4 countries at once. Power grids are failing. Schools have closed. Wildfire warnings stretch from the Mediterranean to the Atlantic coast. And people are dying. Lives have already been lost: elderly residents, young children, people simply caught outside on the wrong afternoon. Authorities are calling it one of the most severe heat events in modern European history. Scientists call it a heat dome, a wall of hot air trapped over the continent with nowhere to go. But long before satellites, long before weather forecasts, long before the word climate existed, civilizations were already trying to answer the same question we're asking right now: what does it mean when the sky turns against us? Can this be like the Curse of Agade? If history repeat itself, from the looks of it, it looks as if we are living in the same time. Let's look at it and you decide. 4,000 years ago, centuries before the first words of the Bible were written down, a Sumerian people told a story about a city called Agade. Agade was wealthy. Agade was proud. And in the story, its king turned against the gods, certain his own power was enough. What followed was drought. The rivers failed. The fields turned to dust. Famine spread across the land. The people called it a curse, but really it was a withdrawal. The text says the divine favor that once protected the land was simply removed. Not punishment from nowhere. A consequence of pride forgetting its place. Now let's explore the river of fire around that same ancient world. In Persia, the Zoroastrians told a different story about fire, and it may be the most important one for what's happening right now. They believed that at the end of an age, a river of molten metal would sweep across the entire earth. Every person, every soul, living or dead, would have to walk through it. But here is the part most people never hear: the text says the righteous would feel nothing. To them, the fire would feel like warm milk. But for those carrying corruption, hatred, and fear, the same fire would burn. The same fire. 2 completely different experiences. Because what burns isn't determined by the flame. It's determined by what you're carrying when you walk into it. This was never a story about punishment falling on the innocent. It was a story about what's already inside you being revealed. This brings us to the real issue. The frequency of love versus fear. So let's be honest about what this video is and what it isn't. This is not about fear. Fear has never been the message. Fear is the very thing being burned away. What's happening in the world right now, the heat, the pressure, the uncertainty, it's not designed to terrify you. It's revealing something. Hearts that were hidden even from themselves are being brought into the light. People who have carried hatred, carried fear, carried old wounds disguised as strength, they're being shown to themselves. Not to be condemned. To be given the chance to change. And people who carry love, real love, not performance, not pretending, they're being shown too. Strengthened. Confirmed. Made ready. This is the choice in front of all of us right now. Which frequency are you going to carry through the fire? Let's see what Scripture has to say about all of this. Scripture has been pointing at this the whole time. Malachi tells us the refiner's fire doesn't destroy silver, it purifies it. Peter tells us that faith tested by fire is more precious than gold, refined, not ruined. Jeremiah tells us the heart is deep and hidden, but it is being searched and it is being known. Luke tells us nothing hidden stays hidden forever. Everything comes into the light eventually. And 1 John gives us the clearest answer of all: perfect love casts out fear. The 2 cannot occupy the same space. One will always drive out the other. Ezekiel promises something on the other side of all of this, not just judgment, but a new heart. A renewed spirit. The fire isn't the end of the story. It's what comes before the renewal. In closing, remember this: it is written, many are called, but few are chosen. But hear this clearly, beloved, you were never waiting to be chosen. You are the one who chooses. Every single day, in the middle of the heat, in the middle of the pressure, in the middle of everything being revealed, you are choosing which frequency you carry. Love or fear. Renewal or hardness. Moses said it best long ago, I set before you life and death, blessing and curse, now choose. The ancients knew the fire was coming. They knew it would reveal hearts. They knew some would burn and some would walk through untouched. The only question left is the one only you can answer: what are you carrying? Choose love. Walk through. Here are a list of supporting scripture. These scripture tell you the way out and how to raise your frequency. Matthew 22:14 Many are called, few are chosen. Deuteronomy 30:19 Life and death, blessing and curse, choose. Joshua 24:15 Choose this day whom you will serve. 1 John 4:18 Perfect love casts out fear. Jeremiah 17:9-10 The heart is deep, but it is searched and known. Luke 8:17 Nothing hidden will stay hidden. Malachi 3:2-3 The refiner's fire purifies, doesn't destroy. Until next time. See you in the stillness.